the fruit bowl on your counter, the one you reach for because fruit is healthy, is quietly making some days harder after 60. Not by magic, but by how older bodies handle sugar, acidity, enzymes, and medicines differently than younger bodies do. That's the simple idea behind today's video. Some fruits help your aging body, others can work against it if you eat them the wrong way, too often, or while on certain medications. I know that sounds dramatic. Let me be clear up front. Fruits are not bad in a vacuum, but after 60, our bodies change, and those changes matter when we choose what to eat every day. In this short series, I'll keep about 70% of the classic advice you've probably heard, the familiar list of fruits people love, and carefully add the 30% that matters most for seniors. Why these foods act differently in older bodies, what the science actually shows, and easy, practical swaps you can use right away. Here's what I promise in this part and the next ones. You'll get a clear, practical list of the 4 fruits that are the riskiest for many people after 60, and 4 fruits that are especially helpful. I'll explain the why behind each pick using plain language, point you to the research so you can trust it, and give simple swaps and portion tips you can use tomorrow. No fads, no extremes. Why this matters? A few often overlooked body changes after 60 make food choices more important. First, many people develop lower insulin sensitivity as they age, meaning blood sugar rises and falls more easily after a high-sugar food, and that roller coaster can leave you shaky, tired, or make long-term problems like type 2 diabetes more likely. This is a real physiological tendency seen in older adults, though it isn't the same for everyone. Second, aging changes how the liver and other organs process drugs. That's relevant because some fruits, or fruit juices, contain natural compounds that alter those same drug processing pathways. In short, the fruit, once harmless, plus a medication, equals a safety issue in some cases. That interaction is rooted in age-related shifts in drug metabolizing enzymes. Third, some fruit components are biologically active, enzymes like bromelain from pineapple, for example, and those can help some people but irritate others, especially people with fragile digestion or on blood-thinning medicines. We'll look at how these compounds behave and who should be cautious. Those 3 facts are the backbone of everything we'll cover. They don't mean never eat fruit again. They mean this. After 60, pick fruits that support steady energy, gentle digestion, stable medication effects, and anti-inflammatory benefits, and limit or swap those that tend to spike sugar, irritate fragile tissues, or interfere with medicines. What I'll cover in the next part's quick roadmap: the 4 fruits many seniors should limit or avoid, with the real reasons: blood sugar, enzymes, acidity, pesticide residues, or drug interactions, concrete portion rules, and safer swaps you can try today. The 4 fruits most seniors should consider eating regularly, and the clinical studies, real-life examples, and simple ways to add them into breakfast, snacks, or dinner so you get benefits without extra sugars. How these fruit pair with protein, fat, or fiber so glucose rises slowly instead of spiking. Practical, grocery store-friendly tips. Here's a short, senior-friendly daily fruit plan you can follow for 1 week to test how your body responds. A quick example of what science plus practical looks like, so you know I'm not just repeating headlines. Researchers have shown that certain berries can improve aspects of memory and slow cognitive decline when eaten regularly, which is a powerful, non-medication tool for brain health. At the same time, other high-sugar fruits eaten without protein or fat can produce sharp post-meal glucose swings that feel like a mental fog or fatigue. We'll balance both sides, benefits and risks, and explain the simple portions and pairings that make fruit a friend again. And one more quick point about inflammation and gout. There are fruits, like tart cherries, with good human data showing lower uric acid levels and fewer gout flares, a win for joint pain that simple diet changes can help with. We'll cover how much and when to eat them for benefit. What I will not do: I won't sensationalize or tell anyone you must never eat X without context. Your medicines, your dental health, your digestion, and your blood sugar history all matter. Instead, I'll give clear guidance. For example, limit to X pieces, avoid on an empty stomach, or substitute Y for Z. so you can make safer choices. Before we go on, 2 quick questions for you. Drop your answers in the comments. They'll help me tailor the next parts. Which fruits do you eat most days right now? Do you take any daily medications or have diabetes, reflux, or chronic joint pain? Have you ever grabbed a handful of grapes thinking, they're fruit, how could they be anything but healthy? It sounds harmless, right? Grapes are juicy, refreshing, and rich in antioxidants. But after 60, that same handful may affect your body differently than it did when you were younger. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down, and our cells become less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that helps move sugar out of the bloodstream and into your muscles for energy. Grapes are loaded with natural sugars like fructose and glucose. A small cup can contain around 20 grams of sugar, roughly 5 teaspoons. That's enough to cause a quick rise in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling tired, foggy, or even dizzy later on. And if you already live with pre-diabetes or take medication for blood pressure or cholesterol, these swings can place extra stress on your liver and pancreas. It's not that grapes are bad, it's simply that an aging body doesn't process sugar as efficiently as it once did. When those blood sugar ups and downs happen repeatedly, they can drain your energy and slowly increase your risk for heart and metabolic problems. There's another overlooked detail. Grapes often appear on the dirty dozen list, the fruits with the highest pesticide residues. Because they have thin skins and are usually eaten whole, pesticides can linger on the surface. For someone with a sensitive digestive system or liver, those residues can add unnecessary strain over time. Washing helps, but not completely, and that's why it's smart to be selective. Now, here's where science gives us some useful perspective. According to researchers at Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic, insulin resistance naturally increases with age. That means older adults are more likely to experience spikes in blood sugar after eating simple carbohydrates, even natural fruit sugars. Studies also show that keeping blood sugar steady helps preserve memory and mental clarity. In other words, the goal isn't to avoid fruit, but to enjoy it in a way that supports your body's changing metabolism. So what can you do? A few simple adjustments can make all the difference. Pair grapes with protein or healthy fats. Instead of eating them alone, combine a small handful, about 10 to 12 grapes, with a few almonds, a slice of cheese, or a spoon of Greek yogurt. The fat and protein help slow sugar absorption, keeping your energy steady. Choose darker varieties. Red and black grapes contain more resveratrol, a plant compound linked to heart protection and anti-inflammatory effects. Buy organic when possible, or wash thoroughly in a mix of water and baking soda to reduce surface chemicals. Try frozen grapes as a treat. They take longer to eat and are naturally portion-controlled, making them a refreshing, lower-impact dessert. If you look at long-lived cultures like those in Okinawa or the Mediterranean blue zones, you'll notice something interesting. Fruit is rarely eaten as a standalone snack. It's part of a balanced meal, often combined with yogurt, nuts, or grains. This simple pattern helps explain why rates of diabetes and metabolic disorders are much lower in those regions, even among people in their 80s and 90s. So maybe take a page from their playbook. Instead of snacking on grapes while watching TV, enjoy them after lunch with a bit of cottage cheese or mix a few into your morning oatmeal. That one change can transform how your body handles sugar and energy throughout the day. To understand why these simple adjustments work, imagine what happens inside your body. When you eat grapes alone, your stomach digests them quickly. Sugar rushes into the bloodstream all at once, and your pancreas releases a surge of insulin to pull it out. But when grapes are eaten with protein or healthy fat, digestion slows. Sugar enters gradually, giving your body time to manage it smoothly. You stay alert, calm, and satisfied instead of getting that energy dip an hour later. I once worked with a 68-year-old man named Harold who loved snacking on grapes at night. He wasn't overweight, but his morning blood sugar was climbing every few months. Instead of cutting out fruit, we simply shifted his grapes to lunchtime and paired them with a few walnuts. Within a month, his afternoon fatigue was gone, and his doctor noted a clear improvement in glucose levels. Small adjustments like that, not restrictions, are what keep aging bodies strong and balanced. So, should seniors stop eating grapes entirely? Absolutely not. Grapes can still be part of a healthy diet, just in the right amount, at the right time, and with the right balance.
Think of them as a flavorful accent, not the main course. When you learn to eat smart rather than less, your body rewards you with steadier energy, clearer thinking, and even better sleep. Because stable blood sugar doesn't just protect your heart, it supports your brain and mood as well. So now that we've explored grapes, let's turn to another fruit that looks perfectly innocent but can quietly irritate your stomach and interfere with some drugs. You might be surprised by how something as common as an orange or a glass of grapefruit juice can cause hidden trouble after 60. When you look back, you'll realize that the secret to good health after 60 doesn't lie in big changes. It's hidden in the small morning habits you repeat every day. Just a few minutes of gentle movement to wake up your body, a deep breath to calm your mind, a warm glass of water to boost circulation, and a simple smile to awaken positive energy.